Yay for Tuesday. Can y'all hear me okay? I had my Bluetooth on earlier, and so I don't know if my Bluetooth is still on or if this is actually y'all can hear me. But first, let me say thank you for everybody who watched live or joined me for the live last week. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you. I haven't been live in a really, really, really long time. And so felt kind of different being live again. But thank you for joining. Thank you for watching it on the replay. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate all of that. We are back for week 2. I told y'all I was coming back. And I'm sorry that I can't give you like a definite time that I'm actually going to be live. It's hard for me to give you a definite time because I'm trying to do this while my son is napping and I just put him down for a nap. So let's hope that he stays napping through all of this. Hey, Lene. Hey, Tony. Thank you guys for joining. Can y'all hear me okay? Because like I said, I had my Bluetooth in earlier. And so I do want to make sure that my Bluetooth is not connected and that y'all are actually hearing me. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you for joining. So, if you are new here, this is the first time that you're seeing me either live or if you're watching this on the replay, you don't know who I am. My name is Yolanda. I am the hands behind My Pretty Brown Doll, where I specialize in brown dolls with natural hair inspired hairstyles. And then I also run the space My Crochet Life, where I get to talk about running my crochet business full time because I am fortunate enough that I still get to do this as my main source of income. And this series, or I don't know what I want to call it, but this series, what I'm talking about is how I'm budgeting for my creative business or how I budget my income for my creative business. Hey, Tara. And so let's get right into it. Last week, I told y'all the budget itself was good, like the budgeting was good. But what I realized in doing the budget is that boo, she spent a whole lot of unnecessary money. Like I was over my budget by quite a bit because I I just it there are two things that I'm trying to work on. Eating out and there's something else that I do for pleasure that I kind of do in excess and I need to not do in excess. And so I told y'all this week I was going to see if I could kind of rein in both of those. Happy to report the eating out, I did really well. I budgeted $30 for eating out for last week. So I'm talking about last week's budget, not this week, because we're in the third week. So I'm kind of giving you a review of last week's budget. So for last week, I budgeted $30 for eating out. I only spent $32.26. So I only went over by $2.26. That is good for me. So I am happy with that. Now, the other thing, although I bring it down from what it was the prior week, the first week in January, it still was way over. So I budgeted $50 for that thing and I ended up spending $97 doing that thing. Again, less than what I spent the first week, but still way too much. The other thing that is still really high, and I figured out why. I don't know why I didn't think about this the first week in January, but my business expenses in itself were really high again for a second week. The first week they was like, I was looking at them numbers like, who is taking my money and why? And this week sort of got, again, less, but still way more than I intended to spend or what in my mind I budgeted to spend. And I figured out the reason why. So I do have another little venture going on, right? You know how we try new things because I've had to make some adjustments, not only because of the baby, but because of the pandemic and just how people are spending money. You got to pay attention to how people spending money because and adjust your business accordingly. So I have something else. It is definitely Lene. That is congratulations, Lene. What I need you to do is to not put that not much because boo, congratulations on your $40. Okay? Because I'm gonna talk about how much money I saved this week in a second. But I realized that because of the new business venture that I have, anytime you start something new, like I'm having to put some upfront money into this new business venture. And so I'm spending more money getting it started than what's coming in. And I just didn't account for that in addition to the crochet business expenses that I already have. And so, yeah, I did not account for that when I'm looking at my business expenses because I'm just like, why am I spending so much money? Like, why? Like, I don't understand what's happening that I'm spending so much money in business expenses. Like, this is not normal for my business. Like, my business, for the most part, most weeks I shouldn't have to spend any additional money in my business. Like there are like monthly expenses, and once those monthly expenses are got, like they normally all come out between like the first and the fifth, like my website hosting, my web, things like that, and little apps and subscriptions that I have, they normally come out between the first and the fifth. So I was just like, okay, I understand why it was high the first week, but why again are we still over the $100 mark for business expenses second week in a row? And then I realized because I'm putting money into this other venture and not necessarily getting a return on that money yet, but that need to change and change with the quickness. So overall for the week, um, I had to pull, I wrote it down. I had to pull $40.96 from my overflow. So if you watched the live last week, I have not gotten to the point where I am on a zero base budget yet. Basically, a zero base budget means that you have a plan for every single dollar that you come in. You start at zero every month and then start over. I am not there yet. So I do what I call a rollover or pull money from my rollover. So I start with a starting, there's like I got a starting balance at the beginning of the month that I can pull from in case, the weekly budget ain't, as I said last week, the math ain't mathing. So when the math don't math, she have to pull from her overflow budget or her overflow money. And I had to pull $40.96 from the overflow money last week to make my budget, to make the math math. Um, and I can go ahead and tell you right now, for this week, the third week, I'm trying really hard not to pull from the overflow budget, but I know that I have an expense coming up. And unless I do something different than what I'm doing right now, I'm most likely going to have to get that money from the overflow budget. I probably should do something different than what I'm doing right now so that I won't have to pull that money from the overflow budget, or overflow balance. I keep saying budget, but balance. Gotcha. Because they definitely all in A. Again, this is the first time that I have been this strict with myself about my money because normally, like I said last week, normally if I got it, I'm spending it. Like as long as my card don't get declined, she don't care. That's just the truth. As long as my card don't decline, as long as I'm not embarrassed in the store, I do not care. But I need to care. I need to care. I need to care. And there are some other things that I need to do that I need to care. Like life has a way of showing you when you need to care about something. And so, for those of you who don't know, I don't know if I really talked about this yet, but I've moved into a new apartment. But the reason that I had to move into a new apartment is because the house that I was living in, there was an arrangement with the house where I was supposed to be doing like a rent to own situation with the house. And my landlord died of COVID. And the people who inherited the home decided that they did not want to honor that situation and gave me basically 2 months to find somewhere else to stay. And so, and I was not in a position to just pay out the contract and just buy the house outright, nor was I in a position to go and find me another house. Now, part of that is due to this housing market because some of these people is asking for a ridiculous amount of money for their homes. I'm just like, boo, when did your home become worth this much? Like, no, baby, you live one block from the projects. How's your house this much money? Like, how? How? So it forced me to have to move into an apartment, and I'm not mad or anything. I'm super grateful that I was even able to find a place to live, because even finding apartment living is really hard right now. Like, it took me almost 6 months to even find an apartment to move into. That's like how the housing situation where I am is right now. It's like either people are not moving or people got their houses up for sales for a ridiculous amount of money. And so I was like, okay, so super grateful that I got into this apartment. But at the same time, when I move out of this apartment, she moving into a house. And in order to do that, I need to make sure that my finances are all the way they supposed to be. I need to make sure that I have the money for my down payment. I need to make sure that you can't nobody be like, oh, well, you can't get the loan, or you can't do this, or you can't do that because your finances ain't right. Because I'm in the store just making sure that my card don't decline. Okay. So this is the whole reason that the budget is even a focus for me. But I decided to share the journey, one, to hold myself accountable. That's number one. That's the main reason I'm sharing it. But two, because I do feel as creative business owners, whether you do this full time or as a side hustle, people tend not to talk about money. Like, they tend to think that, oh, because you do a thing that you enjoy doing it, that you shouldn't be talking about how much money you make or how what your pricing is, or this kind of thing. And I'm just like, no, it's okay to talk about wanting to make money, wanting to be paid for your work, wanting to set a price that allows you to live comfortably, whatever that looks like for you. Because my situation is not the same as your situation. I don't know what you need in order to live, be comfortable with how you live. I know what I need. And it's not a whole lot, but I know what I need. I know what I need. And so this, like I said, in order to hold myself accountable to this budget, I just decided to share the journey with you guys. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm accepting all that good energy on this house because I'm serious. Nothing against apartment living. Listen, it's nothing wrong with it. I am so happy to be in this space. I do not want to discredit that at all, because there's nothing like having your own space. When you don't have your own space and then you got to move in with, and here again, super grateful for friends and family who even opened their doors up to my pregnant behind and was like, yes, girl, you can come stay with us because you out here pregnant, about to be homeless, about to be 42 pregnant and homeless. How? It's a Lifetime movie, y'all. I was about to be a whole Lifetime movie. 42, pregnant, and homeless. That's the Lifetime movie. Catch it Saturday, 8 p.m. Like, whose life is this? And so I was just like super grateful for people even opening up their door to me and like, girl, we is not gonna let you be under a bridge, okay? But at the same time, knowing, so being in this space and just being grateful for this space and making this space that I'm currently in as comfortable as possible. Girl, for the dude pregnant. I know, right? Don't do it, Lene. So yeah. So I was just like, you don't need to be in this position again. Yeah. Now, let me put the disclaimer out because I know, see, here's the thing about putting your business out in the street, honey. People run with your business. I have owned a home before. Okay. Please do not go out here and tell the people, girl, this girl was out here 42, ain't never had. Listen, I've owned a home before. Okay. Life be lifing. Life has happened to me. And the good thing about me is that, baby, she might be down for a moment, but she always knows how to get back up. But I don't want y'all out here telling it wrong. If you're going to go tell my business, tell it right, okay? So, all right, I've owned, like, and that's the thing. I've gone from, 2-story homes with 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. I've done that, been there, done that, enjoyed it while I had it. I've also gone to a little 2-bedroom with 1 bath, and now I'm back in a 2-bedroom with 2 full baths. So yeah, she been there, done that. But when I leave this space, I've made up in my mind that I will leave this space and go into a space, that a home that I desire to be in, that I can raise my son in. And so, yeah, so we, just had to put that out there. But so back into apartment living, and just kind of figuring things out as far as my budget and what I want, where I want my money to go. As I said last week, I want to be able to tell my money where to go, not just spending money out here all willy-nilly. I don't work just to pay bills, but I want to be able to work, pay my bills, and still do the other things that I enjoy. And I know that the only way to get there, the only way to do that, is to be on a budget, is to be in control of my finances. Um, I am doing a envelope savings challenge. Now, like I said last week, I cannot do the ones that other people are doing, the 100K, 200K. I can't even do the 100 envelopes because that's just not where I am. And that is why I am super proud of Lene and her $40. Like, I think sometimes we see what other people are doing, and that's great, that's awesome. But I think that we think that if we're not doing what they're doing, then we're not doing it right. Then something is wrong with us because we can't do the 100 envelope challenge, or I can't save 100K in a year, or I can't save 200K in a year. Then I must be doing something wrong. No, I'm super proud of them, and good for you, sis. Thank you for showing me that it can be done, but let me start where I am. And so where I am is, boo, she can do an envelope challenge for the month, 31 days, okay? 1 through 31. And next month is going to be 1 through 28 because that's where I am. And so I just pick an envelope. I'm not doing them in order. So it's not, I mean, you can do them in order. Like where you just, day one, you would have put $1, day two, $2. What's today? I think today is the 18th. So it would be $18. I'm not doing mine that way because I want to kind of be surprised a little bit. I want to, so I'm just picking an envelope, and whatever number is on that envelope, that's what I put. But the number for this month will never be over $31. And that is comfortable for me because I feel like it makes me feel like, okay, it's pushing you because, first of all, she ain't never did an envelope challenge. So I'm challenging myself to do the challenge, but it is also knowing what my limits are and knowing what my money look like, and knowing that, boo, if I pick an envelope that's got 75, 98, $100 on it, I'm not gonna do it. Like, just that's just knowing who I am. Or if I do it before the week is out, I might have to take that money out. She not about to set her. And then what happens is when you do that, you find yourself like, oh, I failed. I didn't do it right. I had to go back and get the money. This ain't, this don't work for me. This is for other people. Versus knowing who you are, knowing where you are, and picking a place that says, I can do $31. If I draw the envelope that says 31, it ain't gonna make me feel like, geez, where the hell I supposed to get $31 from? It's not gonna make me depressed. And most likely, I ain't gonna make no promises, but I'm almost certain that I can get through the week without needing the $31. And so, again, super proud of you, Lene. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, you don't need that $40. You don't need it, girl. Leave that $40 in the envelope or wherever you saved it at. Leave it there because you ain't missed that $40. Because that is something that I've learned. The money that has gone into the envelope, I haven't missed it. Like, I haven't looked for it. I haven't had a need for it. Like, I have not missed that money. So it's just money that would have been spent somewhere that it probably shouldn't have been spent anyway. So yeah, that part. So like I said, the eating out went pretty well. I was only over by $2.26. The business expenses I got to work on. The other thing that I have to work on, no, I don't. It's whatever gets saved is saved. Thank you. I did the math on it, but I can't remember what the math was. I think like for the 31 days, I think you will end up I think it'll be $496 for the month or something like that, something close to that. And I think I said that I was gonna just put it, put it towards my emergency fund, and then once my emergency fund is back to $1,000, then it'll just be regular savings. So yeah, but I think if you do the dollar amount to match the day for the full 31 days, I think it comes out to like 496. And so if you look at how many months has 31 days and do 496 times that, and then I think the other months have 30 days, and it can't be too far off from, just take, yeah. So anyway, I did the math, but I don't know what I did with the sheet that had the math on it. So whatever saved, that's what gets saved. Now, my spending envelopes. Now, even though I knew how much I wanted to budget, um, I did not make it to the bank to actually take cash out to do my envelopes, which I I don't feel great about that because I really do want to do the envelopes and do the cash because I feel like that's easier for me. Um, I just yeah, I just could not make it to the bank. And I'm in clearly, to get the cash, I'm either gonna have to go to an ATM or go to the bank. I prefer to go into the bank because then I can tell them what denominations I need it in. Like if I need three tens, two fives, and some ones, whatever it is. But yeah, I just never made it to the bank to actually get the money to stuff my cash envelopes. Now, like I said, I still stuck to or I tried my best to stick to what the budget was or what I had budgeted. Um, but yeah, I really got to figure out, okay, so what day is you supposed to go get this cash out the bank so that you can stuff your envelopes? I know some people do it like on the Friday. Um, I was trying to do it on the Tuesday because my Etsy deposits come every Monday, but it's late Monday night when they come. And then, so I guess I could go get the money out Tuesday morning, but that really didn't work out for me. And then like this week that didn't work because, MLK Day was yesterday. So they didn't do it. They didn't make the deposit yesterday. So I guess they're going to make it today. So basically I won't have the money till early Wednesday morning. So yeah. So it probably will be another week where I don't stuff the cash envelopes this week either. But like I said, I really prefer to do the cash envelopes because I just feel like it just holds me even more accountable when I see the cash got to leave. Like, oh, you got to count out these dollars? Yeah. So, Lene, I saw your question about saving for the house and everything. So this is what I've been doing. First, determine where it is that you actually want to live. Because I don't know, what area. I know you're in North Carolina. I don't know what area you want to live in. First, determine what area you want to live in. I then actually go start looking at the houses and what the prices are, even though I know that's most likely not the house that I'm going to buy, just to give me a sense of this is what I want. Oh, this house, like I saw some really gorgeous houses with sunrooms. So now I really want a house with a sunroom because those sunrooms are absolutely gorgeous. But like that's how I start, like just to get an idea of even what type of house I want to look for. And then determine it's hard to go by what the housing prices are right now because they are super inflated. Like these housing prices are ridiculous. But before they were like true to what the value of the house was. And so you can determine like how much your down payment is going to be. Now, because I know you're in North Carolina and I know you're in rural North Carolina, me and Lene are actually in the same city. Because I know that she's in rural North Carolina, there is actually a program for us where we won't have to have a down payment. It's the like it's the USDA rural housing such and such. It's a long, long title, but basically, if you buy a house in a rural area, they will provide you with the money so that you don't have to put the down payment down for the house. And then it's like the interest on the loan is almost nothing. And then your credit doesn't have to be super, super high either. Like you don't have to have a super high credit score. Now you still got to have a decent credit score, but it doesn't have to be like in the 700s or 800s. You can actually be in the fives and the sixes and still get on this program. Like I said, zero money down. but you have to go and like fill out the application, and they have to make sure that the house is in a rural area. And then now the only thing about that is they're appraising the house, and they're only going to give you the loan for what they appraise the house to be. And so the problem with that, like I said, is because people are pricing their houses way, way higher just because people are paying it. The demand for homes is so high. So that's how I started. I know kind of where I want to live. I know how much I'm willing to pay for a house, how much I want my house payment to be. And so I'm waiting. I guess for me right now is a good time for me to save. And when I say that I'm saving for a down payment, I'm hoping to still use this program and just have that money to be able to like furnish the house, do any upgrades I want to do to the house, all that kind of stuff. But I am still going to save the money like I'm getting a traditional loan just in case that don't work out. I would love to just save and just buy my house cash because, boo, not knocking nobody that got keys to a home, baby. It's your house. But remember, the bank, it's the bank house too until you get the deed to that house. So you and the bank. And I just like I don't even feel comfortable with me still on the bank. So either I want to be able to buy the house cash, or I want to be able to put a significant amount of money towards the loan so that the loan can be paid off really, really quickly, and y'all can just go on and give me the deed. So can't nobody be coming talking about they about to take anything that I done paid for. I'm telling you, when life be happening to you, it just changes your perspective on a whole lot of things. Because when you paying for a thing and then somebody die, and then somebody else come and tell you that you can't have it no more, they don't care how much money you don't put into it, it ain't yours. Boo, it will change your whole perspective. Change your whole perspective on a thing. So yeah, so that's where my mindset is that, if I can really, I'm focused on saving what I'm calling the down payment money, but hopefully I'll be able to take advantage of that loan with the no down payment and the low interest rate, and hopefully be in a situation to just be like, thank y'all very much. Here go y'all money. Okay. Cause let this just be mine. Let this just be mine. So, budget for this week, like I said, or budget review of last week, I am semi okay with how I did. Like I said, I'm disappointed that I did not do the envelopes, and the one area out of the two that I'm really focused on, still got to keep at that and really try my best to bring that down. Because I know by the end of the month, when I have to do the total for the whole month, if we're just looking at the weekly numbers right now, I'm going to be so upset with that total for the whole month. Because again, like I said, all things in moderation, and it's a particular thing that I'm doing in excess, and it needs to stop. And I need to get a handle on it. It was lower than it was last week, but still not low enough. Like I was still above the $50, and yeah, don't need to be above the $50. Other than that, I'm okay with last week. Like I said, I only had to pull $40 from my overflow budget, so I'm fine with that. This week, I'm trying to really not have to pull anything, but I do think that there is one, because like I said, I got one big expense. Now, on the creative business side of this, there are some things that I can do, especially knowing that I have this expense coming up. There are some things that I could definitely be doing to kind of, now I don't want to say make sure the money comes in, because again, I can't control when somebody chooses to spend money with me, but I could definitely be promoting things more. I could definitely be, you know, talking about my work more. I could definitely be out here, doing what I normally supposed to be doing, so that I am generating more income, because that definitely needs to happen. If my expenses are going to stay around this mark, then I definitely need to be doing some things to generate additional income. And so some of the things, I just want to, for me, just if you are a small business owner, again, whether you're doing it full time or a side hustle, do take into account what your money generating activities are, and make sure that you are taking care of those things. You can't, like I said last week, you cannot talk about how much money you want to make and you're not doing anything to make that money, or you're not generating anything to bring that type of money in. And so if you are serious about a thing, it can't just be, oh, I need to make $1,000 this week, or I need to make $1,000 this month, but you haven't done any type of work, or you only promoted your product one time. Like you get, and again, these are things that I'm guilty of myself. Like, so I'm not speaking, like, I'm, not talking about any individual person other than me. Like Yolanda, you cannot say, oh, you need to make $1,000 this week, but you ain't done nothing to make $1,000 this week. You ain't got $1,000 worth of product. Two, you have not been promoting any of the product that you currently do have. So, you gonna pull $1,000 out the sky? That, like, where $1,000 come from? Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. Where is it coming from? And don't get me wrong, it's some good Samaritans. Maybe somebody, good Samaritan might, bless me in some type of, I'm not disclaiming no money, but I'm just saying, from the small business perspective, from my creative business perspective, I know the things that I should be doing to generate income. And so I just want to remind you to make sure that you are focused on money generating activities before you start to do all these other things. And if you're not sure about what your money generating activities are, let me tell you one that I know a lot of y'all are not doing. Email. Email is a money generating activity. Okay? Email. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back who missed it. Email is a money generating activity. When you send an email to the people who have subscribed to your email list, and you let them know what's going on, and you let them know what you have available for purchase, you are putting it at the forefront of their mind. And if you don't believe me, why do you think Fashion Nova sends you 30,000 emails a day? Fashion Nova, Shein, Target. Baby, if Target send me one more email, because they know she coming. That's why they keep sending it. Walmart. Honey, I put something in my cart at Walmart, and I done went to Walmart and bought it. I done went in physically into the store and purchased the thing that I had initially put in my cart. Walmart has now sent me 5 different emails about this item that I have in my cart. They like, baby, don't forget you got this item in your cart. Do you still want this item in your cart? Oh, we think you forgot something in your cart. I'm just like, Walmart, I got it. I went and bought it already. But thank you for reminding me that I had this in my cart. Same thing with Target. Same, like all these places. Chick-fil-A. Baby, Chick-fil-A told me that if I come do a mobile order on Tuesday, they'll give me a free milkshake before the end of the month. And I'm just like, do I need Chick-fil-A? Do I got money for Chick-fil-A? Because you only got to tell me once that if I come buy something, I get me a free milkshake. Now it's the day of the winter. What I want with a milkshake? But that's what, Chick-fil-A had said. So all I'm saying is, and these all came to my email, not no text message, not an Instagram, not a Facebook, not Pinterest. They came to my email. And here's the thing about it. I opened the email because these are places that I shop regularly. These are places that I do want to hear from. Now, I didn't open all the Walmart emails, but the caption said it. The caption told me what Walmart wanted, that they wanted me to come buy what was in my cart. Like they told me, hey, you left this in your cart. Now, I didn't have to open those, but the Chick-fil-A email, oh, I opened that. I was like, what I got to do to get this free milkshake? What you say? Oh, come do a mobile order? Oh, okay. Let me go on, Now, I ain't made up my mind whether or not I'm going or not, but I do know if I go, I have the incentive of getting a free milkshake. Dunkin' Donuts, same thing. Krispy Kreme. Listen, I'm telling all my business. Y'all, okay? I stopped going to the gym, okay? She not working out no more, clearly. I had the baby, and I just decided that what gym? Not going to nobody gym, okay? Just fat. Because you see what happened when I try to go to the gym. You see what happens when I try to go to the gym? They can't handle me not being fat. So we just gonna be fat. Or maybe I can't handle myself not being fat. Is that what? Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this budget and how I'm doing on this budget and what's working, what's not working. So I am still writing down where all my money goes, like every single day. Like if I spend money, it still gets wrote down. Like we finished this page, and I had to literally go to like a piece of paper, because I told y'all they only give you 2 pages for the month. So this is like the first and the second week of January. Honey, stop telling my business on Equal Day. Don't nobody need to know that. For the new people that didn't know what Anika said is true. I had a hot girl summer, pandemic baby. Okay. Yes. Oh goodness. So anyway, so that's still working for me. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in February. I think I was just doing it so I could get a handle on where my money is going. But I might still write down, because I mean, again, if you ever want to stop spending money, keep having to write down everywhere you spending money. You'll be like, look, I just don't want to go because I don't want to have to write that down. I don't want to have to write that down. Like I'm tired of writing down that I spent money. So I'm just not gonna spend any so that I don't have to write anything down. Can I skip one day? Because that's my new challenge. Can I go a whole day and not have to write down that I spent money or that money was deducted from my account? Can I go a whole day? Can I go a whole day and it not be any money taken out of my account? Now we can have some money coming in. We can have money coming in. Money can come in every day, multiple times a day. But can I have a day where no money goes out? And what does that look like? What does that feel like? Am I okay with that? And so that's what I was looking for. Now, I will say that there were several days that I did not have money coming out of my personal account. It was only business expenses, so that felt good. But I want no business expenses and no personal expenses. Like, let's not spend any money anywhere that is, that when we don't have to. And so that's the goal, to see if we can get one day this week where no money has to go out, business or personal. Because like I said, I did have a couple of days where no personal money went out, but I did have some business expenses go out. That's it, y'all. Like I said, if if you didn't see last week's video, this is the binder, and I'll put a link in it. I put a link in last week's video, but this is the binder that I'm using for my personal cash envelopes. Y'all remember she had, oh no, so the 60 cents still in there. Is that what I had last week? I had that 60 cent. The 60 cent is technically is gone, because like I said, I did spend $32.26, so that 60 cents should be gone. But we didn't get to stuff in the envelopes. And because I did not get to stuff in the envelopes, this is the one that I use for like my house expenses and stuff. So nothing new was added to any of these. The only place that cash was added was to my envelopes for the monthly envelope challenge. And I already had that money on hand, like I already had it. So I was able to put that money in the envelopes. That wasn't a problem. But there was no additional cash taken out for the other things. So that's it. If y'all have any questions about anything, let me know. I do want to come one of these days and actually show y'all how I do the weekly budget, how I do my weekly budget, like actually write it out with you guys. Again, it's just, I got a 6-month-old, so trying to figure that out. We got to figure it out. I did get a new planner finally for 2022. I found this at Marshall's for $7.99. I like it, one, because it's black and gold, but it's not real thick, and it still has like the monthly breakdown. So it has the monthly breakdown and the weekly breakdown, and the week is all on one page, and then you have this page for like your notes and to-dos. So check your Marshalls if you're still looking for a planner for 2022, and see if they have them. This was like as I was walking out in that little section where they try to make you spend more money. Well, they got a sister, because I spent more money. to get this planner. So this will be what I'll be using for my 2022 plans. I got some crochet work to do. I'm crocheting. When I say slow, slow. I have a couple of more doll orders from last year that still need to go out. I'm working on them. If you are one of the people who I owe a doll to, I promise you I'm working on your doll. It's just slow. Because there, like I said, there's so many things that need to be done. And I know the crochet work has to be done too. And then it's like when I do sit down to crochet, Baby J like, what you doing? And then it's like, can you play with me? And then, like I've done something I haven't done in a really long time where I like stopped in the middle of a leg, like in the middle of it. Like that is a no-no when you're working on amigurumi, just because your tension and everything changes. But I had no choice but to like stop in the middle of making a leg because he was just not having it. And I was just like, and for me, I'm gonna have to start the whole leg over again because I don't know what my tension gonna be when I get back to it. So in any case, I am working, and I promise you, your dolls are gonna be thebomb.com. Like one of them, I cannot wait to finish because when I tell y'all she cute, cute. Oh, she cute, cute, cute. At least in my head, like she real cute in my head. But if the vision translates to the yarn, she gonna be super cute. So I'm excited about that one. And then, like I said, I got a couple of more that I need to get done. And then no more customs for me. That's it. No more customs. And it's mainly because of this. Like, I do not want people waiting forever and ever and ever to get their doll design. And so it's like, no more customs. But we got some other things coming. Some other things coming. I'm excited about this other just doll series that I want to do that I'm working on. Again, idea in my head, and if it translates well with the yarn, it's gonna be awesome. And then if you do follow me on Instagram, because I have not sent it out to my email list just yet, but if you do follow me on Instagram, the My Pretty Brown Doll Crochet Doll book is scheduled to be released on May 3rd, but I will put the link or some links in this description of where you can actually go and pre-order the book. But if you don't mind waiting just a little bit, there might be a reason that you can pre-order it from me directly and get some little extra goodies. But I'll let you know more about that. But if I'll let you know a little bit more about how that's gonna work. Right now, though, you can go pre-order it on Amazon and uh, Barnes and Noble, Target, Walmart, Books a Million, Thrifty Books. Everywhere books are sold, you can now pre-order the My Pretty Brown Doll Crochet Doll book. How awesome is that? Shout out to Abrams Publishing, which is my publishing company. If you are not familiar with Abrams, Abrams is the publishing company for Diary of the Wimpy Kid. That I use that book as a reference because most people know about that book. But if you're familiar with the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, we under the same publishing company, boo. Okay. Like me and that, we got the same publisher. If you're familiar with Amanda Seales from Insecure, who played the real preppy girl on Insecure, I can't think of her name. Her book is also published under Abrams Publishing Company, and so she in there with some people. As far as the crochet community, if you are familiar with TL Yarn Crafts, her recent book was also published under Abrams Publishing Company. So I am in good company. But yeah, everywhere books are sold, you can now pre-order the My Pretty Brown Doll Crochet Doll book. Like I said, it is due to be released on May 3rd, as long as... Okay, fine. That's fine. I'll let you know more about the goodies. I just got to work out all the details of the goodies. So yeah, but I'll let you know more about that. And if you did already pre-order, you can cancel that pre-order and just pre-order through me once I get everything set up. once I get everything set up. All right. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much. Y'all just don't know. Again, I'm going to tell y'all once again, like I said, the reasons that I am here live instead of live on Facebook or live on Instagram is because I do want to have my YouTube monetized again. That is one of my goals for 2022, is to have my YouTube monetized. I am meeting all the requirements to be monetized other than watch hours. I do not meet the requirements as far as enough people watching my videos. So in an effort to increase my watch hours, all my lives this year will be done on YouTube because y'all gonna get this. I mean, if I gotta be live, why not be live? And what they say, kill two birds with one stone. That's what we're doing. Killing two birds with one stone, even though I'm not an advocate of killing the birds. I never liked that saying because I'm just like, why we got to kill the birds? But that's what we're doing. So yeah. So if you feel so inclined to watch some of my other videos, please do. Just put it in on the background and just keep listening. And just have it on repeat in the background for us, sister, okay? So that she can be monetized in 2022. I was monetized before, and then when they changed the requirements, I lost monetization. And this is the year that I'm gonna get it back. And I'm gonna go because now people want to get me all off track. Okay. Y'all enjoy the rest of your week. You might see me live again. You might. Okay. But if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to just drop them in the comment section. If you're watching this on replay, thank you for watching. And I will be back here next Tuesday. Sorry that I cannot tell you a time. It will be during my son's afternoon nap, which sometimes is way earlier than this, but he decided he wanted to play a little later this afternoon and didn't go down till late. So, but hopefully next week he'll go down a little earlier and we can be a little earlier. But thank you again for watching, and I will see y'all next Tuesday.